What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Norse Outdoors. Today we are getting ready for ice fishing season, winter 2024 to 2025. Today is Wednesday, December 4th, and we're going to do a little ice forecasting video for specifically Lake of the Woods area. Now, every year we do a big ice fishing trip here on Norse Outdoors. The last 3 years we did Lake of the Woods. However, this year we did Devil's Lake, and then looking forward to next year, which is soon approaching, we're going back to Lake of the Woods. So this ice forecast video is going to be, like I said, for mainly Lake of the Woods. We go out of like Adrian's Ice Road and are mainly on the east side of the lake, but this forecast is going to be useful wherever you go out of Lake of the Woods. So Gus, part of Norse Outdoors, he made a pretty cool tool that I'm looking at right now here on my computer, and I'll flash it up on the screen. Basically, it's a 3-day moving average of temperatures for Baudette, Minnesota, that kind of helps us to predict what ice is going to be like on Lake of the Woods. So you're looking at along with me here for November. As we all know, last year was a pretty rough year for ice, and that's going to be 2023 here on this graph, whereas this year is going to be 2024. So 2023, we actually had a pretty decently cold November, but then if you jump ahead to the December 3-day moving average graph, 2023 here, it becomes orange, but you can see that the averages were well above freezing a couple days. We had 38-degree averages a couple times, and then way up into the 40s around Christmas. So not very conducive for ice making. Whereas this year, if we go back to November, this year is going to be the gray. Still a pretty warm early November, and then dipping down to fairly average November as soon as it got past the 21st to 20th range. So it cooled down quick. So if you look ahead to December, this year's 3-day moving average is significantly cooler than last year, and pretty much on par with years past. So you can see that the gray dotted is going to be this year's. A lot of it is still predicted, but it's going to be certainly cooler out there. What I want to mention about ice forecasting and ice, analysis videos is you definitely want to reference the guides that are out there, every day, like the Wigwams, Adrian's Road, Sportsman Lodge, Wes Harder, Court Canal. These guys are out there every day. The guides are there to make sure that you're safe. So you want to follow what they're telling you can and can't do, and stick to the roads. They're going to have them beautifully flagged every year for you, and especially early ice, that is the most important. With that being said, though, the interesting thing that we found for this year is, I'll flash it up on the screen, is an ice growth per day. So if you have what this graph basically calls out like freezing days, which is a little confusing, but essentially it's how many days are you below freezing on average, is the graph of inches of ice that you'll have per hour, right? And so depending on how far your freezing day is below 32 degrees is how many inches of ice you'll make per hour. And so this is kind of interesting, especially when you consider what ice looks like today. We have reports of anywhere between 5 to 7 inches of ice out on 4 Mile Bay. That's off of Wigwam's Landing. And then even past Kurt's Island there, 4 inches. Less than 4 inches of ice is what we're having forecasted. So then if you look back to the 3-day moving average graph, you'll see, all right, we're going to average about 20 degrees, let's say, for the next few days. And then take a look at this ice growth, 20 degrees, that is about 1.5 inches per 24 hours. So you're growing 1.5 inches per day from here on out. Now, that is variable with wind conditions and, different turbidity factors that the lake experiences. But with 4 inches of ice right now, 1.5 inches of ice growth per day, we'll probably have fishable ice out where we go out of very shortly here, maybe by this weekend even, which would be awesome. I know wind is going to be crazy high today, so we'll see how things shake up. It looks like the ice is actually freezing pretty uniform, and I'll show some pictures on the Facebook group, which I also highly recommend you join, here on this video. That it's not too many big cracks yet, which is going to be huge going forward. So speaking of fishable ice, I already know on the west side of Lake the Woods, over in the War Road, boat landing, there are already guys walk out fishing, today. There's a portable ice house out there, a couple of them even, with guys having some success fishing out there. But it's about 4 to 5 inches over there of ice too. Again, pretty uniform stuff. I'll maybe throw a picture up on about that side of the lake. But pretty promising. It's not looking like weather is going to heat up like it did last year or in December. So as long as we keep it consistent, and the big wind day today might shake things up. So we'll get past today and we'll see how the ice settles. So again, guys, hopefully this information is useful for you guys. I know we put a lot of work into the graph and studying the temperatures that are happening up there, especially when we got to make a big journey up there. I know we've had a lot of success out at Lake of the Woods and Devil's Lake, and we love making ice fishing videos. I'll probably link some of those videos down below. But if you think this is helpful and want to keep seeing this type of video, especially maybe once we progress towards bringing ice castles out or snowmobiles out, if you want to see those type of videos, let us know in the comments below. Give the video a like if you do, and remember, folks, nobody owns the water. We'll catch you in the next episode, and hope to see you on the ice. See ya.